So in the new Celestial Guardians packs, we've managed to get a lovely Decidueye EX. This is going to be the first one of having a look at the decks of which EXs can do what. We'll go through all of the decks that you can, and to be honest, there is one standout that I've seen utilizing a bit of Rowlet and also the brand new trainer card. So obviously with the Rowlet, you've got two different variants. You've obviously got one with Leafage, which does 20. You then have Skill Dive, which does 10 damage to any of your opponent's Pokemon. So you can obviously hit the bench if you really wanted to. Again, it's kind of just preference. You then have Dartrix, which is going in with a Razor Wing. That's going to be 1 energy with 30. But then you have Decidueye with Pierce the Pain. You don't have no ability with this Decidueye EX, just to put that as a note, but you do have 170 HP, and this attack does 100 damage to one of your opponent's Pokemon that has damage on it. Very interesting to try. You then have Razor Leaf, which is going to be 80, and that's going to be 2 energies in itself as well. So that is kind of the big thing with it. It's 2 energies and that's it. You can start kind of bringing something else up. Now, when it comes to grass Pokemon, there is a lot of options that you can go with, most definitely, but the big thing that we're seeing from the trainer card at the moment is going to be one called a Rare Candy. Now, this is going to be fantastic for any of your almost stage 2 needs. So if you go into this one, this is going to be a very, very vital one across the decks, hence why we'll probably do a whole new haul of every single Pokemon's decks, because this one could really change the landscapes of it. You've got choose one of your basic Pokemon in play. If you have a stage 2 card in your hands that evolves from that Pokemon, put that card on the basic Pokemon to skip stage 1. So in very simple terms, if you've got a Charmander, you've put him in play, it cannot be your first turn obviously, but say you go on to your second turn and that Charmander's been in since that start, so you basically need to roll 1 turn at least. You could then put the Rare Candy on him and then change him straight, or evolve him straight into a Charizard. So whereas a Rare Candy would level up in the game, this skips a stage of evolution. So going from a Charmander straight to a Charizard could be a fantastic play if you are looking to hopefully take out that little bit of luck where you need to have the free cards to get it through. So that's going to be a very big play. Now, if we go over to one of the decks that we've got in play at the minute, we've got obviously the Decidueye EXs, obviously we've got 2 of each, and then we also have Sprigatito. This is Cry for Help, put 1 random grass Pokemon into your from your deck into your hand. You then have Florigato, which does slash with 2 at 40, and then you have Meowscarada, which has obviously got the fighting claws. If your opponent's active Pokemon is an EX, this attack does 70 more damage, so meaning you will do a 130 straight splash, again a stage 2, so if you wanted to potentially do the Rare Candy on both, that could be very good to have the 140 HP and also the 170 in play, so it's just something extra there. And in general, you only need 4 energies for both of them. If you do go over to Pokemon Meta, you'll be able to obviously see quite a lot of these decks, so over the course of the next few days, we will kind of go through a lot of the new decks as they do come out, because most definitely there will be a lot from this brand new one. We've got a different variation here, obviously going in for the Fomantis, coming in with Leafage at 20, and then change it in and getting Petal Blizzard. This attack does 20 damage to each of your opponent's Pokemon. Again, more of a blitz attack if anything. We also then have the Leaf Cape that's going to be quite viable. We then have Lily, who's heals 60 damage from one of your stage 2 Pokemon. And then finally we have the Poison Barb as well, which is going to be a Pokemon tool, a new one at that. If this Pokemon card is attached to your active Pokemon and is damaged by an attack from your opponent, the attacking Pokemon is now poisoned. Again, very, very interesting, especially if you potentially try and double up. Maybe if you can, you may attach 1 tool. I'm just trying to think, if you've got, for instance, something like a burn and a poison, does that work together, or does one replace the other? That's going to be the interesting section for it. The Lumus Berry is going to be very much in use at some point, but in general, this is going to be a very interesting kind of almost set to kind of go behind. We obviously have got a new one that we'll go into as well, with obviously the big old crab, but Decidueye looks fantastic. There is going to be a lot of decks coming out with it. This is going to be my favorite currently. We are running it just to give it a try, and to be fair, the only thing that you could possibly change is maybe a few of the supporters and trainers, bringing in a Cyrus, bringing in a Pokemon Communication. There is a few kind of variations, which, to be honest, as long as it's got a good support network with the items, I could see you just being able to utilize these. And yes, you could still go with the Executor and all of that, but in general, I'm quite happy with where this is coming from. So let me know down below what you think about these decks, and let me know if there's any Pokemon you'd like to see.